thank you so much for being here with me. I am so happy to be here with you guys. I hope I'm finding you in a wonderful day, a wonderful week. I thought I kind of tried a little bit to continue from the last video, a little bit where I left off, and talk about composing and creativity, because that was something that really impacted my life. And so I thought I'd maybe give you a little bit of backstory about it. And so kind of when I was little, in growing up, kind of my focus was so kind of hyper lasered on performance, and so it kind of I was really very much down a path of kind of playing other composers' music and interpreting it and playing it, performing it, and I was kind of never really encouraged to try my hand at writing my own music, I think what ultimately sort of ended up happening, kind of why sort of my dreams started to shift and I made changes and things, was I started to feel kind of like this clash with, I was playing another artist's work and I was trying to put my feelings into it, and I kind of at a certain point, I think I started to feel conflicted in that, and really just wanting to try to pour my own feelings and create my own story with it, with something of my own. And so that, I think, kind of was a really big thing I learned. And also the other side, I think, of that too was that I was deeply terrified to create. The biggest thing was fear, and I know when I would play, in growing up, I kind of, there was sort of like this kind of, at least I put it upon myself, of this idea of perfection, and kind of the goal was to play, to a certain degree, to play music and as perfectly as you can, and that's kind of what I sort of slammed in my brain. And there's something so beautifully imperfect about writing and playing your own music, and so with that, there's that kind of fear that came in, and you have to wear your heart on your sleeve when you write your own music. And so I was so terrified of that I kind of just totally shut that side off of my brain and never really explored it. And then one day, my mom, she told me to just try it, and I remember fighting her for a long time on it, and kind of being rebellious and not doing it because she said I should do it. But ultimately, she finally broke through to me, and it was one of the best gifts I've been given. She encouraged me to start writing, and then from there, she helped me even more, because she bought me a computer and some software instruments, and then from there, it just kind of opened up my world. I had never, worked on the computer, never knew about, more digital kind of types of creation and sounds, and all of a sudden it was like this whole universe opened up for me, and it was just absolutely incredible, and to this day it is incredible to me. There's so much to explore and so many sounds to find and to make, and it's just never ending. And so once she kind of gave me that, there was no turning back for me. And so I think that's kind of what, that's kind of the writing and playing my own music is sort of what ended up kind of also sort of creating a lot of the things that I had kind of talked about in the other videos about the kind of the backlash and the aftershocks and changing of, kind of what you want to do in life and your passions. And so kind of while that was all happening, it was really amazing because actually writing music was what helped heal, and it was like one of the best remedies for the feelings and the hurts and stuff, and because I could kind of put it into a story that I could turn into and make beautiful or imagine a new story of it, but yet it all felt real. And it was the first time writing music was truly the first time that I think I really felt something. And it's just incredible that, you know, to have that sort of hyper experience of truly feeling something of your own, creating something of your own, and feeling that consume you is such a great feeling. So it kind of became a remedy for a lot of things, but also at the same time, kind of the duality of it coming back was all the hurts became stories for me. They became inspiration, and even if they were hurtful, no matter if they were good or bad, they gave me so many things to write about and to think about and to turn into music. And so I would never change anything that happened for a minute. It was all, it gave me so many wonderful things to say and to feel. And so I kind of wanted to share that because I didn't find composing and writing and kind of things within myself, exploring that sort of side, until I was a little bit older. And kind of looking back at myself now, I would have liked to have been able to do that even when I was even younger. So you know, if you kind of have that spark inside of yourself, if you feel like trying something, just go for it. You know, I know it's scary. I was certainly very scared, and I get scared every day, you know, doing something. I sometimes can't even open up, you know, projects on the computer because I'm too scared of working on it, you know, what will happen. And but then, you know, just opening it up and going for it, you know, you'll find just beautiful things. And, you know, be creative if you have that desire inside of you. You know, it's all about the imagination, and all creativity is that, and everyone has their imagination, and you can run wild with it. And so I hope you guys run wild with your imaginations, and if you have that feeling inside, fill it with all those wonderful stories that you have, and have a blast. I feel so